Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to Caffeinated, Saradaga Nalgu Matalu. Here we come again with another new episode and a brand new guest. So, like our previous episodes, today we have exceptionally talented person with us. She is Mrs. Vandita Tiwari. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, and I wish well to all your viewers also.
I'd like to start with a small introduction. It's not small, it's going to be very long actually. So, Vandita Tiwari ma'am, she completed her MCA and she established a shopper's wing 10 years ago. It's a wholesale enterprise for kids. And 3 years back, she established CocoWing, providing urban gardeners with products that nourish the soil from coconut waste. And she's also ambassador of Women's Entrepreneurship Day organization, WEDO Bangalore, from October 2020, and she's also founder of the NGO WEN India. So, ma'am, we are extremely happy to have you here with us.
Thank you for giving the opportunity to share my views or whatever you are planning today. What are things we can share with your viewers?
Coming to the first and the most important part is entrepreneurship. Many people they have that dream of starting a thing. After that is challenging, and you have been very successful through this whole journey. So, what does entrepreneurship mean to you?
My journey as an entrepreneurship, it started because I had young kids at home and I didn't wanted a full-time job. So I opted for entrepreneurship. Again, in entrepreneurship also, I selected something where I can provide more time to my children at home. And that is the reason where I opted from retail to wholesale. In a retail stores or retail business, what happens is we get engaged from 10 to 12 hours in a day, and my aim was to have more time at home. So I started wholesale and I started it from my home, because in wholesale somebody will come and they buy bulk and they are gone. Not we have the frequent footfalls like that. So that was my reason to start in wholesale business. And my main reason was that I can have my time according to myself. When I'm available, I can tell to the customer, yes, we are open, you can come down. If I'm not available, I can say no. That flexibility attracted me towards entrepreneurship, basically.
Oh, that's very cool, ma'am. And
That's,
yeah,
yeah.
ma'am, please tell about more or something about Coco Wing.
Started my first venture in 2012, that was kidswear wholesale. And while I was pursuing that business, I also got interested into gardening. When I started exploring about gardening and all, I got interested into climate change. And then slowly, my inclination went towards how dependent we are on the chemical fertilizers, how it is affecting the environment, and in long run, what all problems may come and all. For that, I started exploring the options which are natural and which will be good for soil and later on will be good for the environment as well.
Okay.
That is the reason I slowly jumped into this CocoWing. And in 2019, when I started with the cocoa pit. We were manufacturing cocoa pit bricks and all. So my business was selected in top as top 10 in 100 business at Startup Istanbul. So that was the first time where I got exposure for my CocoWing, but it was on a foreign ground then in India, and I was in top 10 from among Asia. So
Wow.
it was a great experience to showcase Asia and India over there. But when I came down to back to India, and I started exploring the things, and within 5 6 months, this COVID hit. And I also saw that because I was in the initial stage of a startup, when COVID hit, my stock was getting limited. I was getting orders, but it was getting exhausted, and there were multiple big players who were able to cater more uh, of the orders. And before COVID, they were concentrating on export. So I had the India part to me, but because of COVID, they started concentrating on Indian customers. So I was facing a challenge over there because of it was the new startup. Then I slowly started exploring and I got to understand that people work on mature coconut and not on tender coconut. And COVID gave me the time where we were at home to research and explore the things what we can do from tender coconut. And after extensive research of like 1.5 years, I came to a product where we manufacture it from tender coconut waste. So we will collect it from the roadside, we will collect from the vendors the shell, and we will make a organic manure from it, and we make the soil from it. So that is the reason how I came up with the product with CocoWing. And with that, because of customers, sometimes because to sustain the business, we have to add on some of the products.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
added the jute grow bags, we added the bird nest. So we can have something financial rolling for the business.
That is really incredible, I would say. Actually add value in the coming up futures.
I think that is something what everybody has to focus now.
Definitely,
Else we are just
definitely.
hearing that glaciers are melting down and climate change is happening. What are we doing for it except debating about it?
Exactly. That's what
Well put,
we are
well put.
limited to.
Yes. So, in continuation with the same topic, seeing a woman entrepreneur is always a delight, actually. So, because we hailing from a patriarchal society, it's always not easy for women to, dream big and start something of their own. So, were there any difficulties that you faced, especially when you started?
I'll say my parents have been very supportive. And when we were in growing stage, at that time, my parents gave us the confidence that we are no less than boys, so we can
Hmm.
achieve whatever we want. And then my spouse is very supportive. So he also provided me an environment. If I want to achieve something, he always supported me. So these two things were always there. So mental support was always there. But yes, definitely, if you talk about women entrepreneurship, it's not that easy. After getting all the support from the family, also, the business is not done in the family. We have to go and talk to the people. And not everyone is ready to accept a woman entrepreneur. And because I started with wholesale, and in 2012, there were not much ladies who were into wholesale. And that was one of the reason I think people were also not ready to accept them. So I have faced a few customers, which I always remember what they used to say, that we want to do business with you, but if you have a male member in the business, then we will proceed, else we will not.
Okay.
One time I remember even there were some 4 or 5 customers. They came to my place and to the godown, and they liked the stock and all. They were holding some 40,000 rupees in hand, and they said, "Ma'am, we are ready to buy the stock, but you call the male member. We will not deal with the female."
Oh.
And my
Okay.
first reaction was, "Sir, you can leave. I don't have a male member in my business," because my husband is supportive, but business was only mine.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring him in the picture, and I let the order go. And it didn't happen one time, it happened multiple times. Sometimes they will keep the stock and keep it packed in our godown and say, "Ma'am, whenever you have the male member, call us, we will come and pick it up." And we are like, "Okay, sir, it will never happen, because this is my business. If you want to deal with it, else no." So yes, there has been challenges. There were some, I think, because of mental growth was needed over there. But yes,
Yes.
some of the customers were very supportive also. So especially if we talk about entrepreneurship, women have their own challenges. Only thing is how strong you are to face it, whether you give it to it or you continue with it. That is the only challenge. If you keep yourself self motivated and you have confidence that okay, one customer goes, another will come, then only you can survive.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
a motive
It's
actually.
Yeah, it's nice to know that you have such a supporting family, but in many cases, family is the major trouble for most of the women. So how should family support change makers? How should society and family support change makers?
For that, I will like to say, when women say this, that the family is not supporting, especially when they say the spouse is not supporting, the first thing what they should question is, are you supporting your spouse when they are going to office? Are you handling their office job for them? If not, don't ask for support from them,
Hmm.
because you are not supporting them, so you are not supposed to ask. If you took a decision to start a business, it is your decision, and you never thought that they will join you.
Yeah.
The first thing is that mindset we have to overcome. You cannot say that my family is not supporting. If you think your family is not supporting, don't go ahead with it, because you have a weak mind.
Hmm.
You have to conquer that weakness in yourself, that okay, it's my business, I am the one going to do it whole solely. If
Hmm.
I'm able to do it in 2 days, I'll do it in 2 days. I'm able to do the things in 20 days, I'll take 20 days. but
Hmm.
I'll not ask for support in the family. If they give the support, it's a good.
Well and good.
But
Yeah.
if they don't give the support, I was the one who took this decision. If
Yeah.
you have that mindset, then there is nothing like not supportive family. You have, if you are strong, anything can be done.
Yeah. Very well said, ma'am. Very well
Very well
said.
said. Yeah.
Nobody can stand for us. We have to take the stand. Truly
Yes.
put.
Yeah,
Yes.
and coming to society and other kind of support in the society, ma'am, you have also started When India. It's a group of women entrepreneurs who actually collaborate together to make a change in the society. So tell us more, something more about When.
So in somewhere in 2017, I started joining some of the women groups who were into business, the women business groups, I'll say. And
Okay.
in 2019, after joining few of the groups, I made few friends over there. Uh, that is one of my founders. This is Sejal, who I met in one of the NGOs. And we both were from the business background, and we felt that we all the women, maybe from different backgrounds, she was running a restaurant then, and I was having the wholesale business then. So we both thought that all the women entrepreneurs, whatever is the business, the challenges are similar.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Only little bit things are here and there, but the main challenges are similar. And we were not getting to solve those challenges in any of the groups where we were going. We were getting
Hmm.
a mental satisfaction to meet the ladies that they are into business and their mindset is same. That
Hmm.
support was there, but the solutions were not coming up. So we
Hmm.
thought that because we know those challenges and we have been through those challenges, we know the solutions now. So let's start an NGO where we can help the ladies to solve the problems
Hmm.
and not only come up with the problems there. So we
Hmm.
started when, and in 2022, January, February, we were aiming for some offline sessions at that time, training
Hmm.
sessions, in-person sessions, and we did two sessions. It went well, and in March 2020, the COVID hit. So
Yeah.
our March event was on 23rd March, and I think the lockdown started on the same day.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
for 15-20 days, we were not able to understand what to do. But
Hmm.
being a woman entrepreneur, we had that energy which we cannot keep inside us. So we started exploring the online platforms, and
Hmm.
we started taking online sessions. And because Sejal was from a background where she was running a restaurant, so we started getting the people who wanted some food, ration, and all.
Hmm.
Because workers were leaving, the food was a problem, and also we started the CSR activity, which initially was not planned, but we got
Hmm.
into it. And slowly, when we got into the CSR activities, we got many things, like we donated the curtains to maternity ward in a hospital. We are paying fees for school kids. We are arranging rations, and even today is Pitrupaksha Maha Amavasya. So we just went to a old age home and donated the food over there. So
Okay.
multiple things we got into that CSR, and it really feels nice because we are able to help the society. And our members are from different, and because being our presence online, we got members from all over India. We have the When India members from Mumbai, we have from Indore, we have from Jaipur, and with different products.
Okay.
So we are trying to help them to get more market in India, and with that we are continuing our CSR activities also. And if the people are very generous, they keep the orders with our members, so we are able
Hmm.
to generate some income for them. And then there were ladies who have lost their jobs, who have closed down their business during this COVID time. So
Hmm.
we started a reseller group where we are having the ladies who are into business and the ladies who have no business. So now
Okay.
those ladies are helping these ladies to expand their business and reaching more customers. Somewhere we were able to get those things connected, and it is going fine.
Really a change making job that you have took up, and that's very inspiring. And also you guys have been very active recently during the Bangalore floods too.
Yes.
So that's a great job, ma'am, and we really support you in this
Thank you.
great initiative. And like, ma'am, there is a small question from my end. What difference do you feel between the management that we see in the NGOs and the profit making companies?
First aim of non-profit ones is, whenever we are suggesting a activity, we don't have the profit in our mind, that
Hmm.
we are going to earn something through it. That is one of the challenge also, because then we don't know how to survive also. We need funds to survive, but we don't know because we are not due to generate the funds. Our main thing is to come up with a solution. And the companies who are into profit making, who are making like my other business, we aim for the profits over there. So it becomes little easier to run over there, because we know that we have to make a product or do a service and generate the funds for the commercial activity. So that is basically a difference. And other thing, when we are doing a non-profit, I think these lot of people get connected to us, because there are many things what when we approach a profit making company, they always see a profit in them and then they come up with a solution. If they are getting some profit, definitely, even if you come to me for plantation and something, I will definitely try to push my product there, because my aim is that in that business. But if you come to a NGO, we come up with some of the solution where we can help the ladies or help anybody in less funds, and help have a more helping attitude over there. But yes, it's a challenge to run an NGO. It's not that easy as we thought initially. But we definitely got good support from the society, and we are able to run it through. We are completing 3 years in November. So yes, we are doing fine.
Congratulations for that. Congratulations for that. So I really want to ask you this. This is not a question, more like a tip actually. You are into so many things. You are into CocoWing, NGOs, and entrepreneurship. With all these things, how are you managing your time, ma'am?
I think if we are engaged, we are more scheduled, because we know that we have limited time for everything. And if we don't run on the schedule, we will miss one or the other thing. So that is one way. If you are more engaged, the more particular you are for your timings. If you have ample time in hand, you may have time to waste also. But if you don't have ample time, then you have to do everything in that limited time. So that is how it has to be managed. And then yes, here and there something has to be adjusted. Everything we cannot say that okay, I have everything on my diary today to be completed and I will do it. It is not possible. Sometimes it happens that I just write 10 things in my diary and the next day I just change the date on the diary because I have not completed anything. So that acceptance has to be there, that some days are good, some days are bad, some days are achievable, some goals are not. So that helps us to keep our mind cool and keep on moving.
Yes.
And how do you manage the personal and professional space?
Oh, I'm very particular about it. Because I am into wholesale, and generally Saturday, Sundays are the time when a lot of people travel to Bangalore to make the purchase. And I made it clear since 2012, because Sundays were the time where kids used to have off. I never worked on Sundays. Today is exceptional, okay?
So, thank you for that.
So I don't work on Sundays. I keep it very clear that I'm ready to lose the business, but Sunday is the time for my family. So I was always in that way. And some of my customers like, ma'am, we are traveling on Sundays only. So I said, okay, sir, go to my competitors. I don't mind. But this is the time where I need to connect with my family. And that is a time where we relax also. Because in a business, the relaxing point is very important. Until you relax, you don't come up with the ideas. And every time you relax, you come up with better ideas. So that somewhere we have to manage. And sometimes if the priority is something, then we have to give away for that way also. But yes, we have to manage according to that.
Very well said, and thank you for changing your rule today. We are blessed.
And yeah, ma'am, one more thing I would like to particularly mention, because that Ishwar actually had told me about you, and I really admired that a lot. The point that you note specifically everything. So you have a very good habit of noting small details for everything that you discuss or talk about. So I think that's a very great habit, and everyone should have that kind of.
Yeah.
You can say it as it's my habit of noting down, or you can say it as I have a bad memory, so I note it down.
I would say it's a great habit.
So it becomes helpful for later also. We can go back to them, especially the important things. It's sometimes because it happens after a year, we remember something and we don't know where to go now. If Google Baba is not helping us, then where to go back? So we can go back to our notes and refer them there.
Yeah.
And one more actually question I wanted to ask, ma'am. You are situated in Bangalore. You have started your businesses in Bangalore. So, does Bangalore as a location had provided any special kind of benefits or a different kind of advantage?
Definitely, I'll agree to it that Bangalore, because I started in Bangalore, okay, I had few challenges. I had met some customers because I have customers from Jammu to Kerala, from Gujarat to Bengal, everywhere I have customers. So that problem was there, but yes, definitely the Bangalore crowd is very good and the acceptance level is very good, and less interference and more supportive of the new things.
Oh.
Every city has its own positives, but
Mm.
yes, definitely because I was in Bangalore, I was able to explore more things here.
Oh.
Because South was a place where we were having a lot of textile factories,
Mm.
and I was into textile, so it made me easier to explore the things. And then these soil also, when we talk about startups, there are multiple startups in Bangalore.
Yeah.
So that also helps us to, when we meet people who have that mindset of a startup and all, they come up with very different ideas which we don't even think of.
True.
So definitely it ignites more thoughts in us. So Bangalore has a positive, definitely plays a positive part in it.
Great to know that, ma'am, actually. My final question for this segment is, what's that message that you want to suggest to the new age coming up entrepreneurs?
For the new entrepreneurs, I always have one thing. Whenever somebody talks about entrepreneurship, I always say, if you're able to accept the failure, then you go for entrepreneurship. If you think you cannot fail, entrepreneurship is not your cup of tea. We have to be ready for the failures, because we fail multiple times and then we come up with something positive out of it. So first thing is that, and second thing is rejections. You have to accept the rejections. See, everybody in the world is not there that I like everyone in the world. So how will everyone like me in the world? So that rejection has to be accepted. If you can accept these two things, then you are ready for entrepreneurship. So if you think that you can never fail, don't go for it. If you think you can always fail, don't go for it. If you think you will fail and move forward, then definitely you have to keep yourself motivated, and then you can go forward for it.
That's a powerful
Yes,
message, I
definitely.
would say.
We'll definitely note that. Yeah. And is there any special message that you'd like to give to girls in particular, ma'am?
Yeah, for girls, I'll definitely say the challenges will be more, but I know the girls are also very strong. So whenever you think of entrepreneurship, you have to think that you will be everything in your business. You will be a worker also, and you will be the CEO also. You have to do the jobs which you never thought of, and which may
Yeah.
have some security issues. So don't indulge so much that you leave your safety aside. Whatever you do, you have to first think of your safety and then plan the things. And definitely you girls are stronger. The only thing in the benefit with girls is they keep self motivated, they keep themselves motivated. So, and one challenge what they feel is, after a certain time they always look for somebody else to motivate them and say that, okay, you are doing it good. So leave that part. You are the one, you have to support yourself, you have to keep yourself motivated, and you have
Yeah.
to say, I failed today, I will come back tomorrow.
Yes.
And that approval thing what they have in mind, that somebody will approve me and then I'll go forward, that cannot be done.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurship, it's I think every day it's like, if you fail and if you have courage to come back, definitely any girl can do anything what she wants.
That's a great message for everybody out there, actually.
Yeah.
I really like, even in the beginning of the session, you said the same thing, stand for yourself, because nobody is going to do that for you. That's a great message. Everybody should keep that in mind.